Everybody woke up this morning with minimal damage to their home. I can't tell you how lucky we are, how lucky I feel, and relieved this morning to know that we dodged a bullet, another cliche. If that storm at 140 miles per hour had been any closer to our coast, we could have had some serious wind damage and be dealing with this issue for weeks and weeks. As it is, we're no longer under any tropical storm, hurricane watch, or warning. It's still gusty. We're out here on Singer Island in Palm Beach County, but people are on the beach, and we're very lucky this morning. We just got the 11 a.m. update, and Matthew is still 120 miles per hour, and it is about 95 miles southeast of Jacksonville, so still tearing up the east coast of Florida. It's still off the coast, but Jacksonville probably is going to experience maybe some more severe winds. I was checking this morning. It looked like Martin County and some places in the Treasure Coast got it a little bit worse than we did. The hurricane warnings now are expanded up to Surf City, North Carolina, and that just tells you how strange and how hard it is to predict these hurricanes, because 2 days ago, if you remember, they weren't even in the cone as much anymore. So fortunes shift pretty quickly when you're dealing with this kind of weather. FPL is reporting about 600,000 people are still without electricity in Florida. In Palm Beach County, it was about 27,000. My lights flickered last night, but I was so lucky to have the air conditioning and everything on this morning when I woke up. There are about 22,000 people in shelters statewide, and I think we had about 6,500 in Palm Beach County seek shelter. Now, they had evacuated the barrier islands because they were afraid of storm surge, which was supposed to be 5 to 6 feet worst case scenario. We'll know more when they do a final report from the National Hurricane Center how bad it got. Now, Hurricane Nicole actually is no longer a hurricane. It's a tropical storm. It did make it to a Category 2 at some point overnight and this morning, but it's been downgraded. It's still spinning out in the Atlantic. It's not expected to impact us directly at all. There might be some interaction with Matthew as it takes that kind of curlicue route back towards Florida, which is supposed to do and be a tropical storm off our coast on Wednesday. That's as far as the forecast got. I'm going to be learning more about that today and be working on a story for the weekend about what we're going to see next week from Matthew if it comes back. Now, maybe we didn't see a ton of damage in Palm Beach County, but on Singer Island, we did see some problems, and right now we're looking at some turtle eggs that look like they probably got washed up during the storm. These are unhatched turtle eggs, and there are multiple ones all over the beach. Probably from Matthew. If you want the weekend forecast, which is what we were doing, you can look at the waves. They're not too heavy right now, but the rip current warning is high for the entire weekend. It's actually supposed to be a pretty nice weekend. Drier air is going to be moving in after Matthew. But the temperatures are still going to be pretty warm. Today is expected to be about 87 degree temperature, 60% chance of rain. Tomorrow, though, goes down to a 10% chance of rain, 91 degrees, just depending on how much cloud cover we get. Now, I'm actually seeing some blue sky out here, which is really welcome right now. And I wanted to give you one important thing that I was looking this morning at some of the National Weather Service statistics from Miami. I couldn't find a single hurricane force wind gust in Palm Beach County, which tells you how lucky we were, because yesterday they were forecasting possible wind gusts of 129 miles per hour in Jupiter. Now, the strongest wind gust I did find was oh my gosh, I don't want to lose my notes, was in Juneau, and that was a 67 mile per hour gust and a 56 mile per hour sustained wind. So that is well above tropical storm force sustained winds, which they said we had a 100% chance of getting. In Palm Beach Gardens, there was also a 67 mile per hour gust. Palm Beach International Airport in West Palm Beach had 35 mile per hour sustained winds and a 50 mile per hour gust. Stewart, just north of us, had sustained at 39 miles per hour and a gust of 61. Now, I was talking to the Florida State climatologist, David Zierden, this morning also. Some of the measuring stations actually lost electricity at some point overnight. So these are early, they might be revised. Vero Beach had a gust of 74 and sustained at 49 miles per hour. And Melbourne had sustained at 44 and a gust of 70. Matthew just went through Daytona Beach, so I didn't have numbers for that, and we'll find out after it goes through Jacksonville how hard they got hit. But again, we are just lucky this morning that we can be out here on the beach. Most of us have electricity, hopefully minimal damage to any homes. I'm breathing a sigh of relief. So this is Kimberly Miller with the Palm Beach Post. Keep checking out our website. We'll continue to have updates on Hurricane Matthew.